where instead of just fighting this person off of you, you're like, okay, well, I just might as well love him since he's so close. But you got to love yourself more. You've got to love your life more. You've got to have goals and dreams and ambitions that you desire more than someone who is sabotaging it. You can fight to the very end. You don't ever give in. And the fact that this is normal for you is the reason why it's not difficult. Are you used to giving in? Or are you used to fighting for what's right? And what's right is you coming out on top. It's not difficult. It's not a difficult decision. It makes sense. Your body knows what's right. It's your instincts. Some people don't have instincts. Some people will climb into the mouth of a lion and think that this feels good. It feels like this is a cutthroat energy and someone wants to get tangled in your vibes, then that's their problem. You're going to come out on top. And I'm reading this in a very specific way. Like, whoever this person is getting caught up and tangled up in your energy. They feel like they've got a good thing. And it feels like you're chopping these strongholds down left and right. They don't expect it coming from you. They expect you to be the daydreamer, the dizzy person who's aloof and unaware of their situation. And it feels like all you do is protect your territory. You're getting so much power from this vibration here, and it feels like you're not going to be here long. Like, you're constantly elevating. There's definitely a partnership coming in, but I don't see it as you and someone that you're falling in love with. I see it as a group of individuals who are also free thinkers and who have the capacity to work with you. They have something to offer. You have something to offer. You got blessings that are piling up and piling up and piling up. Back payment that's about to burst and explode, and you're not going to be able to resist it. Yes is the answer to this money coming towards you. There's a lot of it here. It's cartoonish, the amount that's coming towards you, like Donald Duck swimming in gold coins. And it's also you being grateful for all of these resources, because it's like money can buy anything. But what about all of that money is buying? It's the abundance. It's the freedom of speech. It's the freedom to think and move and take your next breath and be alive. It's the lack of fear. You got 3 knights on the board at this point. This person is serious. It feels like they're offering you everything. Everything you could possibly put your hand out for, they're there. Yeah, that's pretty intense. This energy that I'm picking up is like almost like this person wants to play every role in your life, and they seem very confident. They seem very capable of wearing all of these helmets, these different hats in your life. Because I'm specifically picking up on this energy of someone who wants to do the math for you. Like someone who wants to work as your accountant, someone who wants to work as your editor. And on God in this way, like God playing this role as a husband to you and inspiring you in so many various ways, to the point where anyone coming into your life as in pursuit of you has to face God. And also, Jesus did say, if you help the lowest person on earth, then you're helping me. It comes off like the lowest person on earth is struggling because they belong on top, the very tippy top. And you can only go as high as you go low, because it's a balance. That's what I believe. You go up, you go down. I don't know why I keep tapping into this energy in every single reading I've been doing. But it's like up, down, until you find your center. And people could be watching you go back and forth, and they're like, oh, she's up, now she's down. Oh, she's happy, now she's sad. Like, when is she going to figure herself out? And you are aware of the process, that I'm going to look extremely crazy for a very long time before I find my center. And once I find my center, I already know where it is, but once I get there, get comfy with it, nobody's going to throw me off. This is my seat and my seat alone. Because it seems like up until this point, People have been playing musical chairs with you, trying to throw you off so they can steal your throne kind of energy, like as if there isn't enough abundance to go around. It just, both of you seem like givers. It feels like whoever this person is who wants to invest in this person, it's thrilling to feel like you were the first person to add a seed to this garden, however, whatever metaphor you want to use. Just like, I knew you when you had nothing, and I'm here. Like, it feels like I'm buying a ticket to sit next to you when you sit beside Christ. Like, by investing in you in this low state, I feel like I'm destined to be by your side for all eternity. That's the vibe I'm picking up on from these investors. And then on the other end, whoever this person that's being invested in, oh yeah, they have dreams. People can see the potential. They're like, as soon as you invest in me, I'm going to give you everything. I'm going to give you the entire world. It feels like a beautiful relationship. Like someone who just needs support and faith. And I do see it coming to pass. Whatever this dream is like you are eternally grateful for the people who supported you, because you know that you wouldn't have been able to do it without them. And I'm seeing this person stooping down and now this person rising up. It's like you remain in your most humble space when you know without a shadow of doubt that you have potential to be so much more. And people see you being humble, and I don't know, I just feel like modesty now all of a sudden. People see you being humble and they're like, she belongs on top. We're only lifting up the humble ones. This is the type of energy that gets lifted up, whether it reaches the mainstream or if you have already reached the mainstream. It definitely feels like it just keeps going higher and higher and higher until someone recognizes your potential, that has more access to the heavenly realms, and it just continues to lift you up higher. You cannot go back down from this position. The drop is just too far. It's impossible. And I feel like this is the overall struggle, because people want to get down. They still want to feel grounded and down to earth, but it's just impossible. There's way too many people looking up to you, way too many people lifting you up and magnifying you. And even if you were to get down off of this high horse, people would bow down at your feet. It's like we cannot see each other eye to eye. Whoa, I didn't expect it to get this intense. Yeah, people are definitely looking up to you, and you being in this position of judgment, you would think that people would run from judgment, but they're looking up to you because your judgment is just. They see you as being fair. You're a fair leader. Everything that you've been through has only shown them that they can trust you, because they've been watching you this entire time. Yeah, look at this, the Hierophant. You're in this position of authority. People are waiting on you to speak. It gets quiet before you speak. They want to hear what you have to say and how it applies to their life situation. You could be a speaker as well. You could be a seer, a prophet, a prophetess. The energy is very strong here. You're giving back to your community. And look at how many cards portray this position of someone in power versus someone stooping, bowing at your feet, and is so humble that these people are taking this position to learn from you. And it feels like you don't have anything to be afraid of ultimately. They didn't expect you to tell the truth. How dumb is that? And it's so real. They want you on their team so you can lie for them because you're a truth teller, because you're so good at telling the truth. They want you to lie for them. Like, tell the truth about our lie. They're idiots. It's almost like an actor. Like, what's his name? Michael B. Jordan. He's charging $18 million now for his services because he just won an Oscar. I don't know how that's relevant, but it just feels like something like that. Like, they see that you working for the Lord has put you on a higher echelon, and they want you. They want you on their side now. But I mean, you belong to the devil, and that the only way this battle is won is when you're defeated. The death is coming out. Yeah. When you die is a good day. We're not going to help you survive. No matter how cutthroat that sounds, all the way down to the end, all the way down to the last drop, is not going to work. Is a sickness, is a disease. The world has got you being intense so that you can keep the lights on. Is like you're basically feet in the matrix. And if you were to relax, it's like riding a bike that conducts electricity. If you were to stop hustling, bustling, then the lights will go off. And it feels like whoever this is that's got you working doesn't want you to know how in control of this system you are, because ultimately you're going to say, I don't need lights to see. I'd rather just sit in the dark. And actually, my eyes would adjust to it and I'll be just fine without it. I don't need to work myself to the bone for some artificial light when I can just wait till morning. It feels like you're feeding off of love and the world is feeding off of you. This energy is about someone who committed no sin and they won't bow down to something they did not do. And they just don't accept that they're responsible for this, whatever this is that they're being accused of, and they will remain innocent. They're covered in love. They're protected. It's almost like Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego in the fire, unburned, untouched by the flame. This person remains holy in their own eyes. They're self-ordained. But what are you going to do with all of that? If no one can share in this love, it's like they only care about themselves. Once you get to heaven, if you even believe anymore, once you face God, he's going to look away from you as the most despicable thing on earth, because how dare you allow his children to suffer? And that's what I'm getting. No matter how good you are, you're going to have to make some kind of a sacrifice. Is a fight that's not worth fighting. Is an argument that's not worth having. Getting evidence. It definitely is coming off like some kind of infidelity, but you waited to confront this person about it and they're just trying to brush it under the rug like it's nothing, but it's like you spent time collecting evidence. Something going on with this mother. She could be pregnant. You suspect that it's his. This baby. Play it cool. 6 months from now. Oh my God. We just literally talked about pregnancy. Oh my God. The cards are telling the truth. Through that kind of torture. Whoever's mother this is, it feels like a love child. Oh my God, y'all. This feels like sad for real. There's just so much evidence here that there's something going on between them. Illumination. And they want to get you caught up. They want to say the only reason why you're connecting to me is because you're trying to steal something from me. And this is how this person sees things. Like, you only want a relationship with me because of this, that, and the third. You want to siphon my energy. You want to take advantage of me, blah, blah, blah. It's clearly trauma. It's very clearly something that they've been through and something that happened to them. And now they feel like they are, they had the liberty or freedom to kind of get you back, but this is what their initial intention was to do anyway. Now it's just coming off like an excuse. But I am getting this energy like there's this person floating around in their own body, because this apology is coming like, you really think that I was mad at you? You bless me. This life of abundance that I'm living in is because of you. I would have never asked for this myself. I didn't even know that this existed until you tried to take it away. You pointed me straight to it. And I'm hearing this prayer of someone that's like, I pray that everything that my enemies are holding back from me, something like, is let loose. I don't usually pray on these videos, but it's something like everything that they're insecure about and paranoid about me finding out that's going to make me happy and make me live a better life, that just like pretty much just open the floodgates and let it pour into my heart. Everything that they're hiding from me, trying to keep from me, just give it to me. It's mine. I'm ready for it. Whereas though when you need help, you give it to Christ. And God is not steering you wrong, but these demons definitely are steering this individual off the cliff. So healing is needing to happen at this time for you, and the experience that you went through and just encountering this person and this person's sickness, almost like get yourself in prayer and meditation. You may have to go through a fast. It may have to be something you do consistently and continuously to maintain your distance from this negative energy. My higher self is with you every single day. So this person is saying that they're struggling and they're asking for your help as well. They're asking you to pray for them. But unless God is telling you this, I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend you praying for yourself and maintaining your distance, a safe distance from this individual, because why is the demon inside them? If they ever have a chance to get this seat back and get control over their life, why does that demon keep coming back in? Because they open doors. Christ is the answer. And at this point, if people are still struggling, then it's between them and God, and they keep trying to that connection and speak to you directly like there is no God, or like you could ever ask God to leave the room, like, could you give us a minute, we just need to talk in private. Like, no, God is going to hear everything you're saying. And wherever this goes, wherever this takes you, it's someplace so beautiful. You got Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. It's so beautiful that is like, well, goddamn, you just bless me. Your enemies are blessing you left and right, because you were not going to allow yourself this level of luxury, especially when it comes to this person in your life. This could be your relationship with God. It feels like this person, I'm seeing the light here. It feels like you were dealing with this artificial light that was decorated and put up on the pedestal, like it's so important, and it's just like, you know, King of Kings kind of energy, but it's a fraud. And now you're dealing with the light itself. You're connected to your own dreams, your own desires, your own wishes. And it's only after going through this person who was trying to stop you, somebody who was trying to block you. And now it's like these people are going to end up being your footstool. God, you're a powerful couple. I want to say power couple, but that's not usually the word. The power couple, you imagine like business people making a lot of money. And I feel like you do have a lot of money to be made. Almost like a cult, like a suspicious amount of money, to the point where you might even be under investigation. Or maybe it has to do with your ability to win. You just keep winning and people are like, that's a problem. But then it comes out, love your neighbor as yourself. And I just talked about these obsessed, crazy people on the other side of the window. And then you got this partnership, the vacation suite. It could be your spiritual gift that's coming up to say, hey, wait a minute. We are a microcosm. We are all one. Even if you and your partner are the ones controlling it. And you guys are coming off like the parasite almost that's controlling the body. And that's how people are seeing you. But it feels like it's powerful, but not in a sense of business suits and suitcases and cartel. Kind of like, it's like electricity power. It's like, yeah, more power than you can siphon. Six of Cups. Gifted children is coming out. I wish this never happened. And it being a burden. The creepiness, the psycho. Come on. I feel like it needs to be said that you are a very strong woman. Whoever I'm reading for, you have a lot of patience. And it's very clear that you have a lot going on that you're dealing with. But you make things look easy. It seems like you're perfect. But it feels like you need to take some time apart and really work on yourself. It's like the two of you working on each other feels good and great and all, but you do need some independence here. You need to have that secret in the background, that private voice. And it feels like you're pulling away to some extent, like you need to close the doors to this man occasionally, whether he likes it or not. Plan where you want to be. So it's like, yeah, I've been told what to like, what to think all this time. Now I finally decided for myself after experience, because you still need some time to experience what you actually like. And then you're like, it's mine. This is it. You can't change it. I don't care what kind of new trend comes up, what kind of new songs or music comes out. This is what I like. And I'm going to be 90 years old doing this because I like it. Even if it was you who was taught to rely on someone else for love, for light, that you've learned to move on. You've learned to focus on your work, to almost rely on your work, to indulge in your work as a distraction. But it's not just a distraction, it's your main focus. It's where you get your light from. It's the way you alchemize the energy into love. Is almost like you got your own engine. For a while, you might have just had this piece of junk sitting out on the lawn watching everybody else drive by, but now you've got an engine and you can rev it up. And I'm even thinking about this engine in this washer. You passed the test. And it feels like this person is almost fed up with you winning, constantly winning, because it feels like you're literally on top right now. This person wants an excuse to complain to God that things aren't good enough because he likes his depression. It's comfortable to him. But here you are winning. You're coming out on top. And every time he asks for something, God points to you. There it is right there. You ask for a beautiful woman. There it is right there. You ask for loyalty right there. A nurturer. There it is. And this person is realizing that they don't have shit to complain about. And now God is looking at them like the brat, like the baby. And they don't like that feeling. They want to be loved unconditionally. They don't want any kind of criticism. They don't want to grow up. And that's the vibe, that they have to grow up in your energy. Christ in heaven. You know, this is what it's all about, being a vessel. I get this vibe like there's such a free flow of energy at this time, and it feels like almost like a dam has been broken and you're used to the stagnation. It's like, whoa, come back, where you going? They're flowing. They're not meant to be glued to your side. Everything is being put in order in its rightful space. Accountability is coming up. And I do feel like this is some kind of an accountant, like someone who balances the scales, especially when it comes to the money. With this case reopening, it feels like it's neither here nor there. It feels like you're more focused on the energy. The money is coming. I feel like I've been saying it so much that it's like, that's the dam breaking. It's like, oh, okay, it's here. And you're more focused on maintaining this positivity. Because I get you as being someone who is constantly working on something. And you spent a lot of time working on your financial stability. And now that that's all set in place and in order, you're like, okay, mental health. Like, you drove yourself crazy getting rich. It was like, get rich or die trying. And you were at the edge, really. And I also feel like you were hanging by the string of your teeth. Just barely hanging in there. Something else wants to be said about that. Just breathe. That's the only way I'm getting through this energy right now, is by breathing. Because I feel like you're in a really good space and really good things are happening for you right now. And it's like clockwork. It's on cue. It feels fabricated in the sense that you created this. Like, you ordered a pizza and all this time you're waiting for it to arrive. And it's just so much anxiety, like, oh my God, is he going to make it? And then you hear the doorbell and you just get up and pay the guy and get your pizza, and then you're sitting there and you're eating, and it's like, oh my God, I ordered it, so delicious. Like, but there's like, it's almost like a horror movie where the entire movie is about you waiting for this pizza to show up. It's a mental issue. Anxiety is a mental problem. And it's not anything to be ashamed about. A lot of us have it, but it's not real. You're chosen for something. That's what I'm getting. Something extraordinary. And it feels like a burden, to say the least. Like, this is something that you struggle with, being this responsible. And also, I get that whoever this person is, this family member, they're looking at you like they're passing you the torch, like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders and you're ready for this. There's no question here. It's like they get to mirror a new, higher status individual, someone who has went off and elevated. You have creativity. Divine inspiration strikes at the most wonderful times. And this literally looks like the hermit almost. Like you going off to yourself to build this brighter light, cultivate this light within you, just so you can shine it on the world. The angels remind you that the more you believe in your abilities and let your creative impulses out, the better artist you become. You start to feel more alive and powerful as you allow new wonderful ideas into your mind. This is what we're talking about, expressing yourself, expressing this light. Whoa, there's some confirmation right there. Okay, so this is the fish. It's almost like plenty of fish in the sea. This is what you're fishing for. This person is about to come towards you. They're about to take the initiative and bite the bait, is what I'm getting. They're going to take the bait. Is a relationship. Is someone coming in to connect with you? Ooh, I just got petrified. Something about a rock. Ooh, a ring, possibly. Someone could be shopping for rings, looking at rings, just thinking about it. Just the thought just crossed my mind. Someone's definitely coming in to, I want to say propose, coming in for a proposal. Someone definitely recognizes your soul. There's a connection here. Page of Pentacles. The connection is real. And it's easy. It's natural. It's normal. It's consistent. It feels like it's a time for this connection. Possibly in the past, it was something that was avoided at all costs. But now I'm almost getting like, this is the blessing. This is the payment for your person. I don't know who I'm talking to, but someone feels like you are the prize, and like they've been getting the short end of the stick in life, in every situation, and it's just like, this is just not fair, until you show up and it's like, okay, it's worth it. No complaints. And you have cultivated this space of absolute love. Is all love and your energy. How are you able to do this? You know, I feel like people have been questioning your methods for your entire life, and you know better than to answer that question. You know that anybody asking you how you were able to accomplish what you're able to accomplish is because they're jealous. They want something to pick apart. Because I feel like the reality is, you just stay close to God, and God told you what to do. If these people want to do what you're doing, then they need to get their lives right with God. It's like someone asking you, how are you able to get fit so fast? Don't nobody care. How are you able to stay in shape? What kind of foods do you eat? They don't care. They just looking at your body. A back and forth, but it's constant and perpetual. Oh my God. All right, what else is going on? Happy in love. New beginning is coming out twice. So just start over in this space. Just woosah and start over. Because there's an entanglement here. It's like a lot of information, a lot of connections. And I felt this vibe like there's no need to connect the dots here. Let's just move on to the next step. Yeah, a lot just got done. We just made a lot of breakthroughs, and we're just going to skip right over it like it never happened. It's almost like lifting the pen. When you're writing in cursive in this moment, it's like a blessing instead of a curse, but you do have to lift the pen because we don't want to turn into scribble scrabble. You are self-inflicting harm, and you're like constantly dumbing yourself down, dimming your light for other people's comfort when they're not ever going to be comfortable with you because they have their own issues. Whatever you're expressing is valuable, is beautiful, and is meant to be out in the world. You could be an artist. Something about colors coming up. Like you have an eye for beautiful color combinations, contrast, and things like that. And also, it feels like you're very tuned into your spirituality. Things don't inhibit you, like dark, devilish, demonic. It feels like you have other ways of absorbing and processing that information. Like this is just something that needs to be loved a certain type of way. Or like with the medicine woman energy is like you're connecting with everything. Everything has its purpose and its place, and you don't run from anything. And it gives you so much power. How stable you are. Yes, every single thing you're doing right now is perfect. Is exactly right. It may be hard, it may be painful, but it's also fun, it's exhilarating. You know, it's just the beginning, and everyone's cheering for you. Also, it feels like you really haven't done that much, like the bare minimum basic. There's a huge load that's coming off of your shoulders. Like Christ died for you, and you picking up this cross may have been in an attempt to assist him, but at the end of the day, you accept his sacrifice in place of your own. It's like you want to look back over the map and see where were you slipping, what did you let slide. But it's too late for all that because you feel good. Like you don't want to have to go back and do an investigative report on somebody playing games when you're in this celebratory state. You're in your 10 of cups. That's the vibe I'm getting. But I don't feel like you're slipping just yet. What's going on with this hanged man? It feels like you have enough experience to go through and analyze this situation from a different perspective without actually leaving your post. It's like you've got eyes all over. And also you have connections. You can tap into your spirit guides and figure out what's going on without you actually leading on that you're even aware that something is going on. I don't want to say no means no because I don't feel like you're putting your foot down that hard. It feels like this person has definitely lifted you off of your feet. Like, does no still mean no? The fuck? The Four of Wands is coming out. I think you're saying yes. This energy feels more like yes. And you're just going with what feels comfortable. You're going with what feels right. And if now's the time for your season of yes, then it's about time. It's about damn time. Notice where you feel seen. So this person is applying pressure to certain areas of your life, giving you attention, positive attention, and it's going to naturally cause you to want more of it, like positive reinforcement, basically. If he's cheering you on in certain areas and it's like, yeah, I could do that. I could do more of that. I feel like you're so responsive, really, at the end of the day. Maybe more than you lead on. Just how responsive you are. I feel like this is the type of energy you live for. And it's just getting started. Like your engines are just getting revved up. But you still feel like... You feel like a classic sports model. Like something that maybe never even left the... What's it called? The podium, the platform. Like you're on one of those spinning wheels. But definitely classic. But it has to feel right. Because with this yes comes all of your manifestations. Everything that you're dreaming about. Everything you're pulling in. Things you haven't even started to dream about yet are coming in. That's what was so scary about it in the past, because you have to be comfortable with this. But I do feel like it's your season of yes. Like you're comfortable and you feel safe saying yes. And also, it comes off like a child asking you for something while you're half asleep and you just say yes. Piggy bank. It feels like you are capable of helping a large mass of people, but it really is the love of the Lord overall. And I don't feel like there's any need for you to force yourself into this position of being responsible for a bunch of lost souls. Someone is preparing a serious offer. This offer is coming towards you, and I do feel like it's related to this date, but again, it comes off like it's a lie. It's like they want to go out with you, but it's going to turn into a therapy session. This person wants to talk about their problems, whether it's past relationships, whether it's family issues or career problems. That's what it is. It's going to be that from the beginning to the end, but it's going to come off disguised as love. Like they might start off love bombing you and say all the things that they think you want to hear. Like, you're so amazing, you're so beautiful, you're so intelligent. It's like, yeah. Like things you already know, things you probably project to the universe because you're manifesting your own reality. And this person is just basically reflecting you back to yourself, being a mirror. And then boom, now let's focus on all of my problems. It's like they want to give you attention that you're not even asking for, just so they can bombard you, basically suck all that attention back and bombard you with their problems. And it's not like it's a selfish thing, like you don't have any interest in helping people. It's just that it comes off like the problems never end. And give yourself permission to be free of these issues around you, because it's coming off like that's just too selfish. But just be selfish for once. I don't know. I feel like it's not as much of a threat as not being selfish. The threat of what, someone having a problem with you loving yourself, focusing on your own thoughts and feelings, investing in yourself, spending money on yourself. What is so wrong with spending your own money on your own self? It's almost like I'm getting this vibe of someone who, in order to manifest, and I mean drawing large lump sums of money, I mean getting those new clients, doors opening, opportunities being presented to you, offers. In order to bring all of this abundance into your life, you have to have some people set aside that you're going to help. Like almost like, yeah, if I get this money, I'm going to open up a charity for the this and the that and the this, and or I'm going to do this and that for all these people who don't care nothing about you and will drain you, will suck you dry. And even being involved in that frequency is like, can you manifest by saying, when I get this money, I'm going to take myself to Disney World. When I get this money, I'm going to buy myself a house. I'm going to buy myself a car. I'm going to get myself a makeover. I want to say and celebrate with the girls, but these girls are on your level. These girls are paying for their own meals. They're getting their own hair done. They're buying their own clothes. I feel like maybe that's something you're going to be working on. Like, do you need love in exchange for money? Because I don't feel like that's the case. It's okay to manifest an abundant group to spend time with and not constantly feel like you have to be a babysitter to people who don't even love themselves. Pregnant women have to be warned not to take certain drugs. Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups. It feels like there's a warning here that your purpose is being affected in some way by this new goal of yours. Something you're chasing after is taking the forefront. It's almost like your purpose is taking the back burner to this new goal of yours. Even if the goal pretends or masquerades as being part of your journey and part of your purpose, it feels like in hindsight, you're going to realize that you were being distracted. But I take it how it resonates, because I feel like this is how it comes off from the outside. Like, to the outside world, it looks like you're distracted. Like you may even have ADHD or something. But deep within, you know that you figure out a way how to chase your dreams without any interferences. Go ahead and think I'm on drugs. If this is something you started, because I'm picking up on the energy of someone planting seeds, and you're going to be harvesting whatever seeds you planted. Your seeds are thoughts, your actions leading, your thoughts leading to actions. That's the result of what's happening. Whatever it is, it feels like it's out of your hands now at this point. Maybe you want this person to be addicted to you. Maybe you want them to fall in love with you. Well, that's what's happening. There's something toxic about the energy. Someone wants more, and it feels like it's at the point where you're going to get that, whatever. You know how they use crackheads as motivation? Like, that crackhead is not letting anything stop him from getting high. That's the vibe that I'm picking up on. Like, whatever this is that you want, you're going to get it. And it doesn't matter what it takes. There's literally nothing in your way because you don't recognize any obstacle. Someone's definitely planting seeds, and it feels like you're harvesting them very quickly. Something about this, this path that you're on, this journey is moving very quickly. And you know why? It's because you're not resisting. When you're being faced with challenges, you just meet them head on. You're a lover, not a fighter. And this is why you move forward so quickly. Because even if you're uncomfortable with something, it feels like you take the time out to really negotiate and understand what it is that's making you uncomfortable. So what are we going to do next? This is why it's coming from God. The love that they're receiving from you is coming from God. You're not at risk. You express your thoughts through music. And you're healing in time. It's something about the frequency. Legal issues. It feels like you're not at risk. Someone feels like they're a liability, or that loving someone fully, whether they're for you or against you, could pose as a threat to your well-being or come off as a liability. And I do feel like you're safe. Backstab. Again, use your intuition. Pain, cheating, deception, mind games, and love bomb. So yeah, even with this Five of Cups, this person looking like they're pouting and upset about something, then you have backstab coming out. God is standing in your place. So you're going to be aware of this person's wicked ways. Once they get some of your love, remember, it's coming from God. They're going to do all sorts of things to try and manipulate you into giving it to them endlessly, like some kind of a gas station, and they just want to pump up or fill up on your energy, siphoning it in that way. Like, not just taking a straw and trying to suck it out your tank, but literally you are the gas station. Like, we all agree to this. We agree that this is what we're doing here. This is legal. I'm allowed to feed off of you at this point. And it's still coming from God. And you're going to be in a safe space, being very aware of this person's manipulative ways and manipulative tactics. When they feed off of someone else's love, they sink into a depression. And this is what is almost like you're going up, you're ascending, and they're coming down because it's too hot. When you love your enemies, it's like putting hot coals on their head. They can't handle it. They can't handle the temperatures. So that's that. I just feel like you're in this new comfort zone. There's a celebration. It's time for you to celebrate. It's time for you to reap your harvest, reap those seeds that you've planted and have been cultivating and growing over time. It feels like you're about to be so abundant in this energy that you are now capable of hiding behind your wealth. But people can still see who you are. They see that you're down to earth, that you're very connected to the spirit. And even though you have a lot of material, physical possessions, people are still connecting to you. It's like you're never able to hide completely. This could be a marriage. Feels like someone is proposing. I'm definitely seeing a diamond ring, or possibly you just shopping for diamond rings. Like, I feel like your timeline is changing to such an extent. Like, you just realize that all of a sudden, all you care about is shopping. And you know about things that you weren't aware of before. Like diamond cut. That's what I'm hearing. Diamond cut. Something about music is significant in this energy. You could be a DJ. Or your playlist. It feels like almost like a theme song is playing when you walk into a room. Lovely, this energy. That's what's so cutthroat, because it feels like while this person was using you, you were actually using them. Not using them like taking something from them, but all of what they are is material, is what I'm getting. Loving them is like fuel to your own fire. And that's why it feels too hot, because they're literally burning in your energy. They're like wood, like log wood, firewood, fire logs. And that's what happens when they get too close to the sun. Look at the star. That's what happens. You really don't have the luxury of acting holier than thou. This is 7 of grains. Some seeds that you're planting, you're going to be harvesting them very soon. Seeds of intimacy. It feels like you're growing a soul tribe of some kind, or getting closer to someone. Something you're spending your time and money on is going to be repaid. There's definitely confirmation here. Parable of the sower. Still, other seed fell on good soil where it produced a crop 160 or 30 times what was sown. And any money you spend comes back. It's my birthday. I could do what I want to. Something about your birthday suit. Black and white is very significant. The duality is very significant. And looking back over something, look at it in hindsight before it happens, because it feels like you're going to definitely need to use your intuition at this time. There could be something dangerous about this chemical. What are you separating from? Death. Oh my God. An overdose could be significant, or someone being blamed for a death. Something about death row. Leave, reject, separate. I ask for clarity on what you're separating from, and death comes up as separate. I definitely feel like there's a lot of support coming towards you, uh, specifically around your career, money and support towards your craft. Or it could be literal dollar bills in your account. It could also be mentors who are helping to guide you. Page of grains, ace of grains. This is all money. This is wealth and abundance. I will give you every place where you set your foot, as I promised Moses entering the promised land. But with the talent you have, you could easily be a very wealthy individual, but you are waiting on God to tell you what to do next. And what are you doing next? You're making moves. Now you're allowing yourself to be blessed. You're entering into the promised land. Look at it here. It says, just as I promised Moses, and then Moses is coming up. I will give you every place where you set your foot, as I promised Moses. And then Moses comes out to confirm that you are blessed with amazing family and friends. You are a money magnet. You are a money magnet. You attract wealth. You love yourself fully. And there's someone in your energy. So this is a very important moment for you to kind of hone in on this energy. It's almost like a portal. There's something special about this specific time right now that you're meant to make some kind of a plan or strategy around so that you can harvest it, reap the rewards. There's definitely a harvest coming, some kind of abundance that's on its way to you, or possibly right now in this moment that you're meant to basically siphon, is what I'm getting. Money is coming towards you. And for a while, you're going to be working without payment. But that's how it goes. It almost feels like you have moved on just before the blessings come. But in this sense, it feels like you just wait a little longer and bow down to the system to some extent, acknowledging that Christ is the leader of all, that you will receive this payment, because it feels like you're going to want to leave right before it comes and go off and do something new. But also, like, this is a pattern that you keep on starting over right before the reward comes, because you do deserve more. But this is almost like a strategy or a tactic for how do you actually get some money at the end of the day, by just being patient and giving it just a few more days. The number 12 could be very significant in this energy. Oh, I haven't given up on us. Keep moving forward. It's like, even though we've separated and parted ways and there's no longer a connection between us, we still got our own work to do. We still got our own purpose in life. And when we come back into union, is nothing but good news that we have to share with one another. And also, I feel like you can think about this person and it not have to be an addictive kind of thought pattern. It's very healthy. The energy that's coming in is very beneficial to whatever it is you're working with. It's building up your confidence in some way, in ways that I feel you haven't even had the chance to discover that needed help. It feels like you definitely needed rest from the work. And I feel like that's a life's work, a spirit work, an inner work, something that you've been doing constantly that really should have only had at the maximum 8 hours. Like, you should have only been doing this for a short period of time per day, take a weekend off, take the night off. But this is something you've been doing 24/7 for possibly most of your life, is the energy I'm picking up on. And now it's time to put down those weapons and relax. This healing that you're about to go through, some kind of justice, some kind of injustice turning into inheritance. It feels like this person has some strings they can pull. They have some connections dealing with situations that you've been through, and it feels like you also have connections with their situation, and you guys can partner up and work it out. Oh my God. What a vibe. It feels like you have multiple people in your energy that is turning you into a better person. Someone who is helping to mold and shape you into this better person. Hand tailored, handcrafted, so in love. Okay. Is God, I feel like God is molding you. Jesus is molding you. Your father may be molding you. Your person may be molding you. People you meet on the street who love and admire you are affecting your personality in some way. And it feels like you're so open to receive. I did get this energy of someone being open to receive. And it's not just about money. These actions that you have with people are also very beneficial, and you have nothing to be afraid of, nothing to be ashamed of. The people in your space admire you for all the work that you've done, almost like a soldier. Like, people thank you for your service, but we are aware that you're no longer at war and you're not supposed to be. It's over now, but you always get that recognition that you were someone. Look at this. guarded challenges, persistent fatigue, resilience. Like, you definitely have it. It doesn't go unnoticed that you kept your spirits up, you kept your spirits lifted, you were very positive, you stayed positive, and that was very important at the time in the situation that you were in. And you're being celebrated for your strength and your confidence, your courage, your bravery. I'm almost getting teary eyed, but it feels like a happiness, like almost like a ceremony. Feels like you upgraded your life in some way, but at the same time, you're still that humble, down to earth vibe. I definitely feel like it's a vibe. Workaholic. Yeah, this is like a workaholic who has learned to relax and take it easy. And at this point, the money that you make, there's definitely streams of money coming in, but I feel like you've learned to recognize it in different areas of your life. So you say, look at this, I have my health, I have my sanity, not to mention food to eat, a roof over my head, clothes, family, friends. Is like, you are really living a life. You are highly abundant. Everybody you bump into knows you and wants to stop and talk to you. People that don't even know you want to stop and talk to you. You're like, this is normal. When I was depressed, I had a problem with it because I had demons to fight. But now it's like, of course people want to talk to me. I'm the brightest thing in the room. That's what it's made for. I'm supposed to be spreading this love. And this person is like, well, that's just for me. And it comes off like you're very happy being alone. At the end of the day, you just had some things to work on. It feels like you and your person met at a very dark and lonely place, almost like trauma bonding. And this person thought that this was you, this was us, is how it's coming off. A significant relational connection will solidify. You're becoming highly sought after. This person is by your side regardless. They're just going to have to get on board, and they're aware of this. This is coming from them. This is information coming from them that they will have to get on board and learn how to deal with the fact that your energy is being passed around to some extent. You are moving into a brighter phase. I don't want to call it phase, like now you have to worry about what comes next, but the next chapter, and let's say this is a happy ending. This is a story with a happy ending, and there's many more volumes to come. The marriage is at the end. Yeah, like for happily ever after vibe is what I'm picking up on. If the ozone layer is burning them to bits, then maybe they don't belong here. What else is going on? Yeah, because you're in a place of peace. I feel like you're in a very peaceful space where you don't have to feel like you're secluded or isolated. I feel like in your world, people are kind, people are genuine, people are pleasant to have around. And if they don't fit into that box, then yeah, they're going to get sick. It's like, it's clear as day that you're building something beautiful for yourself and your person. You two seem like people who are very easy to fall in love with. And this is why there was a time where you had to put up fences, because it's like you had some kind of zombie apocalypse trying to feed off of your energy. Like, hell no. And I feel like you both understand that, because you both may have pushed each other away at some point. Even in the mind, I feel like you can see each other in the mind. Whether you are together or not, you're manifesting each other is very, very, very clear. So in this time, you're putting in the work and doing work on yourself. Just having confidence in yourself and knowing that you're fully capable of everything you put your mind to. There's no giving up in this energy. I feel like just when it seems like you would give up, you just find a new breath. And I don't know, it's like you really are. I don't even feel like you need to be told. I feel like you need to be reminded, because you already know. You really are amazing. You really are strong. You really are powerful. You really are capable. And the situation that you're in is very much overwhelming. It's because you bit off a lot. You're very ambitious. I also feel like you need to be reminded of this. It's like you figured out the blueprint, the cheat code. And then instead of going for $1,000 a week, let's say, you went for $1 million a year. And it's like, well, I want more. Why should I do all this work and manifesting and meditating and believing for some chump change at the end of the day that I'm going to get sick of and feel like I should have ask for more, because you're going to get whatever you ask for, literally. And in this energy, you're going for the best. So I don't want to say you bit off more than you can chew, but you definitely bit off enough to last. It's like you're supposed to be starting your own business, doing something on your own. And that's what I'm picking up on, that it's finally time for you to break away from whatever it is that was oppressing you. Yeah, you're definitely leaving a situation, even with this vibe of you being still and knowing that God is your guide, or for some of y'all, is that you are God, that you have the ability to manifest your own reality. An I am statement is the voice of God, and it feels like you're going to be traveling somewhere, whether it's to a new space in your mind, a new comfort zone, or if you're actually getting on a plane and moving around the world. You do have that option. You have permission to move around. As the Bible, I'm getting Eight of Pentacles is coming out. Something related to your work is very important in this energy. The design almost feels like you're going to be planning something. They say the best way to make God laugh is to plan. And it feels like you're going to be working with God so that there are no hiccups or upsets, and approach everything intentionally, because your intentions are the only thing that's coming forward. That's the only thing that people can even recognize, is what are you intending to do? And then I can get on board with that. If you have cruel and wicked intentions, at the end of the day, nobody's going to support you. But it feels like if you actually have a good heart, then you're going to get all the help that you need. This false twin flame may gradually graduate into someone who you can actually trust, someone that you can work with. And it's almost like, yeah, I can work with that. It feels like this person, like the energy wants to say that they're marrying you for money, but I feel like it's the reverse is happening. Like this person gets out of their feelings and starts focusing on their money. I wouldn't say their bag, but I've been embarrassing myself lately, like using words that I never ever used. Like, what the hell? I don't even know what that means. A bag of money. Like, okay. I don't know. Millennials coming out again, and yeah, it's embarrassing. Not, let's just move on. Why do I keep wanting to make this a therapy? Like, I keep trying to turn this into a therapy. All right, moving on. People think you're rich anyway. It's like you just have this energy of being wealthy. And when rich people think you're rich, you are rich. That's how it works. It's not even just about rich people. But usually, if a poor person thinks you're rich, then he's going to ask for money and large lump sums of it because he thinks that you owe him. So at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know, he's manifesting somehow through you. But when rich people think you're rich, then they want to lend you money. They want to invest in your business. And it's not like insider information. It's like, it's not meant for you to try and take advantage of people, but just to confirm that you are in a higher class than you realize. Even if you don't have a dime in your pocket, all you need is a clean suit and a dream. I'm seeing this couple holding hands. You could be manifesting with someone, bringing someone in closer one day. You guys are going to meet one day sooner than you realize. You guys are coming into union. Wants to give you the life you deserve. Someone is fantasizing about spoiling you, making your life, making your dreams a reality. They want you to live your dream. There's a lot on your plate is what I'm getting. Like, you're balancing a lot here. It feels like you've got family, you've got coworkers, you've got friends, you got associates. Like, you are managing a whole lot in this space. But at the same time, I'm seeing this person sitting here with this light at their core. Is like you're just focused on the results, positive results. It seems like a lot of people are stressed around you, but because you're constantly at peace, you tend to make them feel at peace. Someone's definitely going shopping in this energy. This was a promise. Someone promised that they would take you on a shopping spree, and that's what's happening. But I'm definitely getting that it's happening in a very different way than you expected it. Like, this person is in your head, making changes here and there, making you more palatable. It's like they're adding a little salt here, a little salt, a little sugar, sweeten the deal for themselves. And you're like, why am I so nice all of a sudden? Why do I feel good all the time? Wasn't I supposed to be mad about something? They are definitely making tweaks and changes in your personality. You're being told to stop obsessing over it and just let it happen. Because you may start to notice your personality is changing. They're definitely in your head, but it feels so right. It feels like this person is meant to be there, like some kind of mechanical engineer. This person is so parasitic that when you get ready to cut them off, they start acting like they're going to cut you off. You're definitely the one in authority here. And I feel like you're cutting them off just in the nick of time for this money to come in. It's like you had your hands full with this energy, and that was not the point. The point of being with this person felt like to take your mind off of something that you were overly focused on. Take your mind off of stressing out and relax. You wanted to relax, it feels like, with this person, but they just ended up being a bigger problem. They should have just left things the way they were and feel like they got over on you, because to try to get back in your life and double down was a huge mistake. It feels like now you just realize how powerful you are, how many options you have. Somebody was definitely trying to play with your money, play with your emotions. And I don't know, it's just like, but that's what you call a toy? I've seen way bigger toys than what you think I am. That's all you wanted? Really? That's what you thought you got away with? That's how you were getting over on me? That little bit of chump change is nothing. If it's money, if it's emotions, whatever it is they try to get out of you, it just feels like you had so much more in store for them in terms of love and affection, and they were just willing to run away with a little piece of kernel when you were offering a whole bowl of popcorn. That's what's sad. This is giving the vibe of someone who leaves out. This is like a billionaire who leaves $5 on the counter, and someone would risk stealing that $5 when you had planned your whole life. You planned their whole life. You're going to bless them endlessly. That's the vibe I'm getting. Whoever this person is, this is not your person. This is someone who keeps playing games in your energy, and they're dumb as shit, first of all, to even think that you're somebody that would play. It seems like they should have recognized you from a mile away, that you're nobody to be fucked with, but they still tried. And now they're shit out of luck because you're not playing games with them. You're not giving them your love anymore. You're not offering your services to them anymore. And I don't know, it's like they thought you were going to run for the money. But again, you don't seem like the type of person who would run for anything. People come to you asking for favors. People come to you for help. And it's up to you if you want to help them or not. So this person is dumb as hell. Somebody was supposed to get their hair done and you rejected them. You wouldn't let them book an appointment. That's specific, but it also feels like, I mean, she looks like her wig just got snatched off and she's mad about it. That's the vibe I'm picking up on. You seem like you're someone who's very talented, and you know that about yourself. But people think that they know you better than you know yourself. And they say, well, you should be acting like this, or like have more confidence about yourself, or you need to put up boundaries basically for them. Like, don't let me just do whatever I want. You need to control me. You need to be more selective with who you let in your circle. And then so when you finally take their advice and say, okay, well, back off, delete my number, don't talk to me in public. Now what? This is the type of problems they create for themselves. This is not a game. So you just have to trust all these different elements of yourself. You have to trust yourself that you're doing what you expect to be done. Show yourself that you have discipline. It feels like you're about to come into an opportunity where you're going to have way more than you need. And it's almost going to feel like you're getting over on somebody, especially at the end of the day when you don't have anyone to share it with. Because it feels like you try really hard to build up a group that you could support. And I don't know who I'm talking to, because it feels like at the same time, there aren't a lot of people like you. This person coming in, I'm not sure if they can be trusted. This is going to be a quick reading. Can this person be trusted? This person coming in that wants to communicate? No, absolutely not. This is a devil. This is someone who's trying to do witchcraft on you. Is them doubling down. Basically, this person could be sending demonic influences, demons towards you, or workers of the darkness to try and communicate with you. Absolutely not. They cannot be trusted. A lot of people aren't ready for this, but a lot of people don't see these videos anyway. So if you are seeing this, then you're already in that space of letting God do what he does. It wouldn't be salvation if you were the one hanging at the end of the day. And this could also be related to someone wanting to give up on life, because it feels like whatever this struggle is that you went through, it was pushing it. It was getting kind of close. You're my soulmate. Untie the knot. I did get this energy of someone who was so addicted to your energy that they were begging you to let them go, even though they're the ones who tied these soul ties to you. They're the ones who were latching, but they could not let go on their own. And they're just like, just break up with me. Just slap me in the face and push me over the edge or something like. And you're like, you know, it's a kink. If you do anything they ask, they're just going to ask for more. Yeah, this person is definitely under some kind of a love spell. I don't know if you did it or they did it to themselves, but it's definitely coming off like you're the man, woman, whoever this is. Like, you're the one that they want, and they don't care how crazy they get and begging for and asking for. Also, it feels like they can have this thing that they want from you. Like, the love is free, it's coming, it's flowing, but they like to beg and squabble at your feet because they just that's the addiction. Like, that's what makes it weird and toxic, because they're just like, they can't get enough just to be seen and recognized as a beautiful soul that you are, as someone who is struggling for the good. You're struggling because you're a good person. You're struggling because you care, and that's huge. Everything works out for you at the end. I also feel like that's important to say. No matter what happens, you're going through this for a reason. It's going to work out. And that's faith. That's belief, but it's so sure. There's so much certainty here and conviction. Like, you just know this is the way it works. It's almost like it's beyond faith, because it's a science. There's definitely a science to this. And everything that's happening is supposed to happen exactly the way it's happening, exactly for your good. You are so loved. Okay. Your focus is impeccable. Stay focused at this time. I know you come a long way, and it matters. The distance you've gone, the destination matters. The path you've traveled, you've made all the right choices. And it just feels like what's coming now is recognition. And it's not just you pumping yourself up, which I feel you've been doing all this time. Is you actually being recognized by the people who were showing you this tough love. Like, come on, you got another step in you. You know, they want you to be stronger. It's like everything's about them to some extent, making them happy, pleasing them. And it's like, it feels like you're not a typical people pleaser. You've just been convinced that people's feelings matter, and so you've taken them into consideration. And now it's like, but now it's all about everybody else but me. And when do I actually get the reward at the end of the day? And that's what I feel was coming. It just seems like it's gonna stand out. Like, whoa, you're not upset about that? Like, this is a real cool chick. That's the vibe I'm getting. People are taking something away from you, but in a good way. Like, they're learning from you. And I also feel like whoever you are, that you love being copied. I don't know. That's like totally opposite from this message, because it feels like you were being chased and harassed and people were trying to steal your ideas. But at the same time, when people really look up to you and admire you, it feels like that's what it's all about. When they actually learn from you and grow as people because of you, it feels like that is the real reward here. And that's almost what motivates you to keep going. You seem really mature in that sense. I don't know why I'm like pussyfooting around this energy, because it's pretty cutthroat. I get that people are getting sick, people are getting kicked out of their houses, their cars are getting repossessed, their people are dying, literally just dropping dead for no reason. And it's like, whoa, this is not a game, is it? This is for real. And you don't even budge. Someone is calling you and contacting you for a prayer. They want you to pray for them. And I feel repentance. They need to repent for what they've done and admit that they're wrong. And like, let's sit with that for a while. This person is on probation. They may be actually on probation, or it's coming off like they've done something that you need to watch them for a while before you really truly let them in. Because the more you become aligned with God, the more you cannot back away from it. That's why I'm so nervous around this energy, because it's like, is this me? Am I reading myself? Because I'm not about to get this close. And that's how people feel around you. Like, if they get too close, they would be absorbed by you and literally just lose their life overall, because there's only one you. And that's how this person comes off. Like, this is someone who attached to you, and now they're praying for you to do a cord cutting of them being attached to you, because they can't separate. They can't walk away. It's like, I'm addicted. Please stop selling me drugs, because I will buy it and smoke it. No matter how many times I say no, I still want it at the end of the day. They want your energy. I'm almost hearing this poor thing. Like, this is somebody you sympathize with. Oh my God. They're struggling. You can see it. You can clearly see they're struggling for a taste. And also, I feel like your energy is the kind of energy that just gets better over time. You've done a 180, and this is your true colors. Now you're really allowed to shine. Like, how amazing is that, to go the whole week collecting good news just so you can hang out with your friends and have something awesome to share in the conversation. Actually have a reason to get all dialed up and look cute, because you're expecting compliments. You're getting picture ready, because you're going to be taking selfies today. That's the vibe that I'm getting. It's not dead yet. You're not dead yet. This is the connection. This is what life is all about. I have something you want. This is the price of it. And they're like, ooh, you don't think you could just knock a few zeros off of that? And you're like, no, absolutely not. And it's just, this is life. The bargaining, the negotiation. This is the tug of war. You putting up boundaries, you demanding respect, and the people who need you can't get it from anywhere else but you, and that they're just going to have to give you what you ask, because you're not playing games. They're the ones playing games. But you might have got swept up by this in the past, because it's like, well, it's not just about the money. This is something I love to do. But at the end of the day, you do have to get paid for the things that you love to do. Regardless, you have to get paid on this planet. That's part of the rules. You're not doing anything for free. Even though it feels like you have to do this in order to live. This is something that helps you express yourself, is a creative outlet, is pleasurable. Bad karma's come out. There's no rhyme or reason for me to be taking care of you. You should be able to take care of yourself. You shouldn't need me at all, especially if I said no. When the answer is no, the answer is no. Even if I was responsible for you and I refuse to take care of you, then that's my business. That's my prerogative. You can't force me to love you. There's a confrontation here, but I don't feel like you're afraid of it. Maybe in the past you tried to avoid confrontations, but I feel like this is something you live for. Like, yeah, let's even the score, whatever you want to call it. Let's deal with this, because I always come out on top. It also feels like this is something you learn from experience, that you do keep on winning. That's literally all you do. And I also feel like your circle is a bunch of winners as well, and that's the only reason why they're attracted to you. You've got people who are attracted to you because they're losers, and people who are attracted to you because they're winners. The winners want to win with you. It's like, yeah, we need this energy to continue to thrive. The losers want to latch on to you and siphon your energy. They can't do anything for you. And I just don't feel like you're that type of chump to allow people to steal from you. Basically, you're getting something out of it. Like, people want to control you so bad, so desperately. They just want to cipher your energy, whatever you call it. That's what they want to do. They're like, but I'll pay you. Your money is not worth my talent. My money, my talent is worth more than your money. I don't need your stupid money, is the vibe that I'm getting. And not all money is stupid. Not all money is bad. It's a frequency. But if you're losing more, if you're selling your soul for one, if you're losing your life source, you lose your will to live, you lose your sense of self for a paycheck, then yeah, that's stupid. What else is going on with this energy? It's like someone getting paid to die. And they're like, well, your family's going to be protected. So they say, if you even have a family, it's not worth it. And this feels like family that's trying to pull you back and stuff you back into this subservient position. You have outgrown it. From day one, it almost feels like you were born in power. Like they knew that you were the rightful king or queen, that you were meant to take over everything that they got going on. But they got jealous. They were like, well, we could just put her in a cage instead. They're imbeciles. And it's like, at the end of the day, you don't even want to be their king or queen. You don't even want this kingdom. That's what I feel like you're running away from. The responsibility of taking care of all these people. Because at the end of the day, you're going to end up doing. And this whole while, they're fighting you. Because that's how dumb they are. When they should have just put you in power and made you as comfortable as possible, made you as happy as possible. That way you would forget that you're better than them. What is actually good with you? Is there anything? And it's like, so what is this? Are these even humans? What is this? Are these just demons with skin? I don't know how you would even explain the situation that you went through, because it was like, I am literally the only good thing around. And it was an anomaly. It was a minority. What the hell? Those haters are a minority. But you had to go through it, because once you reach your people, it's going to feel like this is life. This is normal. Okay, we're back on track. And then if there's one heckler in the crowd who slipped through the cracks, that person's going to get arrested. That person's not going to ruin your whole show. And I definitely feel like you're a leader regardless of where you go. People are going to look up to you. Look at this. Someone's definitely running away from their power. It's like you have the mic. You're the one that's speaking. You're the one that's creating. You're manifesting. You're in control. You may be the developer in this energy. And you feel it. There's intensity, a high level of intensity, almost like meta, where it starts to feel kind of isolated. Like you're in this hermit energy. When you're the only one in control, you feel alone. And it's like, well, why do I need to develop anything? I could just sit here in the dark. The light is the most chaotic thing of all, having to focus on all these different things when you could just sit in dark silence. I don't know. Maybe someone did go through a phase of depression, because that's literally what that is. It's depression, but it feels like a solution. Like it's comfortable, it's peaceful, it's quiet, but you're definitely depressed. And I feel like you're capable of getting over this depression. But again, whoever this is so in control of themselves, they have chosen this for themselves. Everybody has a problem. I chose depression. You're not going to cure me. I'm good. It is platonic. We are friends, and that's it. But I don't know, I have to be careful about this because it feels like your person may have parasites. And when you talk to them, when you talk to your person, you're also talking to their parasites. And this is just not okay. I do feel like this person has to either go through a cleansing, some kind of a purgatory, or a training, a probation. You need to know that this person is of a sound mind before you let them into your space. Like this vibe of someone who is one thing to create content, and there's plenty of content creators on this planet, but it's another thing to just think you have an audience 24/7. That's schizophrenia. If you just think people are constantly locked and watching you, and it's one thing to be in a religious psychosis. God is watching you all the time. That's actually hell. But if you feel like you're being watched, is a mental illness. It's a hallucination. I'm just going to be honest. You need to shine some light on that darkness because there's no one there. Even if there is somebody on the other side of the wall who's staring at you through the wall, you got to look at it for what it is. It's a mentally ill person. Should nobody be watching you? There was someone in your space that was giving you shit, basically, something you didn't ask for, and it was contaminating your ability to manifest what you actually want. Being in their space was almost like they were trying to teach you how to close off. They were jealous of you. You're not supposed to be closed off. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Whatever feels comfortable to you, this person wanted you to feel uncomfortable. They were trying to get tangled up in your energy for very cruel and wicked reasons. And I feel like this is the person who you may have gone into prayer for, praying that they would step up to the plate and take care of their responsibilities. You may have a child with this person. And it's like, that you're capable of receiving what you want from the universe. So you're not going to waste any more time playing games with this person who is not on your level. It feels like you may have withdrawn from this individual in order to focus more on what you're doing. So there's someone who felt like they were getting left behind. You're about to catch up really quickly. What this energy that's coming in. Thousands of dollars entering your account every single day. I've had that energy before. It's coming in again. Neglected at the bottom. Some bills that you've been neglecting are about to get paid really quickly. Commitments coming out. There's also this vibe that you're walking away from something that no longer served you and moving into something that you've been manifesting. It feels like a real easy transition. You're stepping into rapid growth. Someone went low, so you went lower. Someone hit below the belt. Whatever the situation is, it was way worse than you could have expected. I feel like it was way darker, and you were required to shine your light to such an extreme extent that you had to ask for more. This is coming off like someone who is asking for a raise or something like that, or asking for a promotion, but it's coming from the universe. It's like, there's no one on earth who can give me what I require at this point. So someone is in massive regret over losing you. It feels like they tried to tie you down. Maybe like they felt tied down, or tried to put the type of pressure on you that they were experiencing, stressing you out the way they felt stressed out. Basically, like they want you to feel their pain. It feels like whatever this is, you've been down that road before, and now you're focused on the road ahead. Road is coming up twice, like road rules or something like that. Something about reality TV, MTV kind of vibe is coming up. This feels very old school initially. You're setting goals and planning for a move, elevating out, money coming in. You're being seen as a very classy person and someone that's possessive of you. It feels like you can tell instantly that whoever this was that was trying to hold you back is not on your level. Like you knew right away to walk away from it. I feel like you have the experience. This could have been a younger person. Age feels significant in this energy. Destiny. You're definitely focused on the road ahead in this energy, what comes next. And you're not putting too much energy on what you had to leave behind. I feel like that's very important that you don't spend any worrying about things from the past. As long as you release the blocks and allow wealth to flow in, you're on a good track. You're no longer afraid of touching or being touched or being seen or connecting or that kind of vibe. It feels like it was a ploy all along for something else to happen behind the scenes. While people were focused on all the lights, glitter, and glam, you were making magic in the background. Sleight of hand is coming up. And it feels like they're not even going to know what the magic trick was. That's how almost I'm getting devious. Like, that's how devious you are. Oh, okay. So I'm seeing someone who just got out of rehab. And I don't know, the rehab was like torture. It was worse than life. And then I'm seeing someone who gets access to the thing that they weren't allowed to have access to. But you don't have the tolerance for that. So it's like just hold off a little bit longer, hold off a few days, a few hours. I don't know, even get into morning, reach into morning is very significant. And you just like, wait, I did it. I suffered without trying to bandage the pain or numb the pain. I felt all the feelings and it wasn't that bad. You're stronger now. All this time you've been scared of nothing. You're coming out of isolation and going right into the spotlight. And I'm just getting like the posture almost looks the same. Like this person looking over their shoulder, looking downward. It looks very similar here. 9-7 could be significant. 97, you could be born in 97. Ooh, someone's definitely reflecting over their life in a very significant way. Something about your perception and how you look at where you've been, the struggles that you might have been through, the insecurities you conquered, and just how comfortable you are in this new space. This is a young love. This could be someone that you were interested in since you were young, or this could be someone who's younger than you, because it's kind of coming off as predatorial. But it feels like they doubted you and they should have never doubted you. They should have never doubted just how much passion you have. Because you did tiptoe around this. Now I'm getting the sun. Yeah, there's definitely fullness here. I'm almost getting like your strength, the strength that you have behind these words, thoughts, and feelings is like a child. It's like a child when they say when a child clamps onto something, there's no letting go. Like when a child grabs your hair or whatever the case is, there's no letting go. You really got to coax them to loosen those muscles. And that's what I'm getting. Like it's like a child that's gripping onto something that they want. And in this energy, you want this man. Feeling I'm getting out this doctor that's coming into your life. Some of y'all could be marrying a doctor or married to a doctor. Oh my, look at this. Look at this. This is a doctor. Oh, I'm not even going to read the words. Oh my God. Oh my God. And this is a dreamy one too. This is a heartthrob. It's God that got me here. I have no idea. You're being seen as a master. I'm seeing the word master coming out twice. Like almost like someone who has received their master's. And this is a PhD level that's coming in to pull you up the rest of the way. And it's like, oh my God, a PhD. Like this is feels like someone who understands the hierarchy. My emotions are still there. I feel like this is someone from the past that's coming in that you've been pulling in this entire time. It's like I'm getting like this wizard who went on to wizard school, and it's like you forgot that life that you left behind that is still a reality, and you're just so focused on magic spells and wizards and wands and all of this curses and all of this until you realize that everything that you want and desire is capable. You're capable of creating these things, and you just it's like, oh wow, so I actually have the power. And right before you start setting trees on fire, you calm down and listen to God's voice, God's quiet voice in your ear. And I'm definitely getting that people are obsessed with you. You may even have some appreciation coming in. This, I feel like it's coming from your husband or your person. Your person may be proposing recently or thinking about it. He may be out looking for a ring as we speak, but the vibe is that you're going to be shown some kind of appreciation. A token of appreciation is coming very quickly, because it's like all the stars are aligning at this time and you're standing directly in the spotlight. It's not even like you tried to search to be here. It's just your natural position in life. This is how you exist in life, in a spotlight. And it feels like you have God's constant attention and love flowing all over your life. Look at this abundance. It's going to come all at once. It may feel like it's just like a little spark of light or hope or whatever you want to call it, love, light. And then all of a sudden, it's just like all the lights come on, like almost like someone's sitting in a dark room. And then you see a little, and maybe it's somebody in the audience with a camera phone. And then suddenly the whole audience starts to flicker with lights and camera phones, and you realize how big this audience is, and you didn't even realize you were even sharing a room with somebody. You thought you were completely alone. That's the vibe I'm getting. Like almost like a slow clap moment where someone claps once and then everybody starts clapping together, and it's just like, yeah. Like this is it. This is the vibe that I'm getting. And of course, you do have some people in your space who are haters from start to finish. They don't want to see you shine. They hate everything about you. And it's just always going to be like that. But I feel like in this space, you're starting to see how truly outnumbered they are, and just how much support you have overall. Like you finally reached this place where you can just this is what I'm doing. And then it just sends off alarms to this person who was clinging to your energy, because the vibes that they're more comfortable with are you not being happy. So they're coming up out of the blue, and that's a clear sign. It's like, well, where did this person come from? You may just refer back to this reading like, oh yeah, this person was clearly the one siphoning my energy. If it's resonating, they may play this game like they've been ashamed. If you call them out on it, they may just immediately admit to wrongdoing, because they already know you to be a forgiving person. So it feels like they're willing to take that risk, take the chance and admit that they were wrong, and hopefully get some sympathy points for just being honest. But I feel like at this point, it's really not about the honesty, because you already know. It's about the crime. Yeah, there's definitely some childhood trauma here. And it feels like it makes you smarter. That's not nothing to brag about, but it's like, because you have to keep looking at this situation from every angle. It's like every angle you look at it from is a nightmare, and you're just looking for some kind of peace of mind, somewhere where you can sit comfortably and just enjoy your life. And it's almost like that place doesn't exist. You really do have to be a person. You have to step in this position of being almost like next to God, because you're not that child anymore. You can't be that child anymore. You're an adult, and a lot of people don't get to reach where you are. They're a child forever. And it feels like you put in so much work on developing yourself and growing past certain parts of your life and getting through it and not blocking it out or cutting it out, that you are an adult. You have grown into a fully grown human being. Yeah, this is all you're doing. I got into divination just to practice, just to learn a little bit about it before, I start manifesting, but I'm definitely manifesting in the background and seeing confirmation, and it's a lot of fun. But I feel like whoever's in this energy, you may be a psychic, and you may start to dive into some other practices just to get a hold over yourself, your power, before you stir up too much chaos. Because that could be hell. You could start to create a hell for yourself, and eventually you'll create a mirror of yourself. If you got a lot of demons that you're fighting, you're just gonna create that. You're gonna manifest that. And I'm seeing this with this I can't win. Like someone has some negative energy, some darkness that they need to balance out. Keep the dark in the dark and the light in the light. I feel like in this vibe that you're gonna start to understand what your triggers are, what you actually want for yourself, the kind of world you actually want to live in. Do you want to live in a world where houses are just catching on fire? Because at some point I was living in a world like that. I literally was thinking, well, I feel like there's a house that's about to catch on fire and it just poof in flames. I'm like, well, wait a minute. What if I do something I don't want to do? What if I hurt myself? And it happens. So you get control over it and you don't run from it. Some of y'all are going into isolation. You're gonna get stronger. It's almost like they want to just partner up with you so they can see if you're really as bad as this person is saying. And that's just not the game we're playing. Like, I don't know you from a can of paint. You're not my friend. Who are you? I don't need to know who you are. Just get out my face. Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm getting. Like, you're in your own bubble. And this is the only beautiful card on here. Is like everything else is dark and negative and demonic. And then this energy just wants to walk into your picture like, hey, you seem like a nice person. I'd rather be on your side. It's not a fight. It's not a war. And it says so much that this person thinks that there are even sides. It feels like you're healing. If anything, you're healed. And this person noticed that you're healed and you no longer react and respond the way they were used to you reacting and responding. And they're like, hey, what's going on? Why don't you care anymore? I want to be your friend. I want to get under your skin. That's really what I'm picking up on. And they don't know the difference between living under someone's skin as a parasite and actually being their own person. Because there's definitely something coming towards you. And I feel like you're not going to be able to stop it when it arrives. It's not going to be like, wait up, I'm not ready. Hold on, let me think. Is this really something I want or not? I'm seeing this person being indecisive, and you're supposed to already know that you obeyed this calling. It's not going to be a fight. The whole point is that you were contacted for this mission because you have shown already that you're an obedient child. And I'm getting this energy of someone who is a child of the king. And you wouldn't have had all these problems if you would have just followed your instructions. And I don't know why it's coming off so harsh, almost like your ancestors are breaking through to contact you and remind you of what type of person you are. Something about your manifestation, something about you're pulling something in. Something's being handed to you on a silver platter, and it feels like you are a child of royalty. Like there is something very privileged about you, and you're being reminded about that. It almost feels like the prodigal son, like you've been hanging out with some losers. It feels like a blame game with the devil out here. The battles of the Lord. It feels like something that they're fighting with. You got so many signs pointing to fire, and then church. Like this person feels like they're going to hell. They could be losing their mind. Maybe it's something that runs in your family. People lose their mind, dementia, schizophrenia, and this person is going through it. Possibly because they're minding your business, not minding theirs. They need to get their business back in the realm of being minded, learn how to focus on themselves, do something for themselves. Be ambitious. Stop trying to worry about how you got where you are and why you the type of person that you are. It feels like they got sucked into their own delusions and they're confused. You've always been walking in this wealthy energy. And so people don't even realize that you have actually manifested what you've been saying you're going to manifest all this time. And they're just constantly trying to get you down. It's like it's not even about the money at the end of the day. It's about your peace of mind. It's about your happiness, your contentment. And you've always had that. This feels like such an isolated way of existence. I want to say a way of life. Just your existence in general just feels so, I don't want to say lonely, but it just feels like people, instead of being your friend, they go against you. But that's actually kind of soothing because it's very clean and tidy and neat. You know that everybody is a hater, and it's very easy to just keep going about your life. Like, oh, wait, I have something to tell you. Oh, okay, it's just a hater. Whatever you have to say is just going to be some kind of hate. I already know. I don't have to brace myself anymore. I don't have to hold my breath and wait for you to take a jab at my personality. It's already there. It's all over your face that you hate my life. You hate that I'm happy. So much peace in that. They keep saying you gave up on God because you haven't been to church. But you are the church. You're the walking, living, breathing church. Just like Christ is the walking, living, breathing God. And it feels like they just don't like you having that closeness. Your relationship is very close and tight. And they really don't like that. This person has a lot on their mind. They want to say, no, now is not the time. Play out. Played is coming out twice. And again, toys did come out in this energy, but I didn't pull it. It was the first on the deck. So there's a playful energy here. And then there's this negative Nancy who's trying to slow you down. Like, no, you need to be serious. This could be, it's coming off like a family member that you don't realize is another separate entity because they're always in your head and in your space that you actually thought it was your person or your own voice. This person constantly in your life saying, no, don't do that, or what if, or think about this, or, just constantly trying to feed, or I want to say feed into, but basically keep this doubtfulness alive in you. It's like they're watering seeds of doubt in your mind, just making sure that they're healthy and vibrant and holding you back like they're meant to. And it feels like you're cutting that off. Maybe you do have a business, but not all your customers are on your side. Some of these customers are hired to get closer to you and figure out how you're doing what you're doing so that they can copy you and steal your recipe, your secret recipe. Everybody is not your friend. I'm pretty sure you know that by now, but this is just confirmation. This healing that you're going through is so beautiful. I feel like you have solidified and established that this is something you're going to be doing forever. That healing is just part of life. It's part of your regeneration. Every day you go to bed, you heal from that day's life, from the day of living life. But I do have you managing your money, and you trust God all along. It's like, that goes without saying. That's your default, is being close to God, being submissive to God and his will for you, because he wants the best for you. He wants better than you want for yourself. The dreams that you dream are not nearly anywhere close to the dreams that God has for you. He wants you to succeed, and this peace that you feel, it seems like this is the moment where you really give yourself permission to absorb it all, because you know what it was like chasing this for so long and having no other option, because you already got a taste of it. And you can't just go on living life mediocre when you know you've had the best. This could be a person that you were chasing down, and everybody is saying everything in the book, reasons why you should not be chasing this person. You don't chase, you attract. Leave the past in the past. This is codependency or whatever. You're coming off as clingy and needy and whatever. It feels like your person wants it. They want everything that you have to offer, and they're reciprocating that same energy. Yeah, you guys are bonding like two stars coming together as one. And once it blends, no one will know that it was even two to begin with. It's like this was just our beginning. We started off as two separate pieces, but we were meant to be one whole anyway. People could see you struggling, but they didn't know how bad it was until you got through it. They thought it was just a little hiccup, but it was much worse than a hiccup. This could have took you out. And it feels like as low as you went, that's how high you're going. So people expect you to just get over that little hiccup and be nothing, be back to square one, ground zero, but you're all the way in the penthouse. Because it's basically like you came from the core. They're going to learn a lot from you at the end of the day, I feel. Because it seems like you already know your worth. This person is going to learn what an idiot he's been all of this time. Is during the separation, when you pull away from this person, not because you want him to chase you or change the trajectory of the relationship, because you literally just want to sever ties with this demonic entity. He's going to realize, he's going to feel that shift, and he's going to have to let go. Because I'm getting you're too close to God to play these games. And when I say close to God, I mean everything that sounds like. You are getting what you want from source, and you don't need anyone else. Let me move on because we're cutting. But ultimately, it feels like whoever this person is in your energy that was stopping you is now basically just another option when it comes to giving yourself a reason to continuously spoil yourself, or continuously be spoiled, to continuously pamper yourself, say yes to yourself. It does feel like there's a lot of self-love here, because ultimately it's like someone was hoping that you would have the same sadness in your heart as they do, and so that you would mirror back the same depression and low self-esteem that they have. But you have love, so it's like you have created a space for people to be miserable in your energy. Obviously it's going to happen. Everybody's not going to be on your level. And so people are falling, dropping like flies all around you. They got offended by something you said. They got offended by the fact that you are living your best life. You're living your best life. You're not concerned. And it's like they feel like they're just going to march right up to you and demand a retraction. What is that the word? Redacted? I don't know. They want you to change your mind about something. Like, take it back. No one will ever compare to you. Whatever you gave them in the past, they can't get from anywhere else. This is someone you may have bent over backwards to please. You may have allowed them to walk all over you. You made them feel like they were this big bad wolf in your life. And it gave them something, a sense of self-esteem, a sense of purpose. And they're like, they can't get this from anywhere else. They want you back. New opportunity that you're exploring. Something that's outside of your routine. Starting something new. And the answer is coming to you. You knowing exactly what you're going to do next. But still being excited about what comes next, almost like anticipating what's on the next end of the hill, what's on the horizon. And it feels like wherever you're headed, people are already making room for you. Like they realize that you're going to take up a lot of space. I'm getting like they're moving their things. And this vibe is coming off like someone moving. You want to say you're grateful. You have so much to be grateful for. But you wouldn't have known that your life is not normal unless you go and explore how someone else lives. And it also feels like you're the type of person who would have taken these kind of mishaps as being, all in fun. because you have so much positivity to lean back on to stay in a high vibration. But when you're around people who do nothing but hate you, hate life, and want to fight you, possibly even want to kill you, it's like, okay, well, now I just have to protect myself. I've got to choose me. I've got to walk away from these insects and let the government decide what to even call them, because I wouldn't consider it human. But I'm not the one in charge here. It's like you just go back to your palace and your prince is waiting, like, okay, see, are you over this phase of trying to help people that don't give a fuck about you? It feels like you got so much energy to manifest that you're going to start putting it back into yourself and not wasting your time on anything that doesn't serve you. I get that this person is very handsome, because why else would you be going through all this? Transformation. Something is transforming here. It seems like it's the way you manifest, possibly on your own. In the past, you may have felt like you needed someone else to hold your hand and pull you through, get you to the other side. And now you realize that your mind is strong enough to get you there on your own. And when you do get there, you don't have a whole bunch of people saying, see what I did for you? I was the only one that loved you. I was the only one that cared. Because nobody did. It was just you and the Lord. And ultimately, is you giving it to God. Because once you let go, that's when the real changes start to happen. That's why this person even notice that your energy has disappeared, because you let go. It feels like you were someone who were holding on to this person and kind of holding their hand and praying for them and giving them, feeding so much attention into them. But as soon as you let go, you have so much more energy for yourself. Now you can actually focus on the things that you desire. And it's like, who's being blessed and who's being cursed? Because at the end of the day, you're the one that's being blessed. It's like God is listening to you say, bless them and don't curse them. And he's looking at you like, yeah, I'm going to bless you. I'm not going to curse you, because he's focused on you and not anything else. Yeah, so it feels like there's someone who wants to pull your attention away from what you're actually focused on, what makes you happy. And the way you see work, I feel, is like, for one, is not something that you are dependent on. It's something that you do out of pure lust, is what I'm getting, like a lust for life, ambition, passion. And whereas this person does it for clout, attention, status. And if they were to lose this job, they would literally lose their life. They may be on suicide watch or something, because it's like, I'm a loser now. But I feel like if something doesn't work out for you, you just pick up the pieces and move on to something else. And it's like, you have more freedom here when it comes to the way you make money. No more love, entrepreneurial spirit. Embrace your inner entrepreneur. Identify a passion or a skill you can monetize. Create a business plan and take the first steps towards launching your venture. This is literally what we're talking about. You being an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur, not an employee. So that the energy and frequency of money is within. Just like, yeah, it's like your love, your passion is your money. I'm just seeing this light bulb here. So you've rejected this notion that because you don't have something right now, it puts you in this low status and you're supposed to act according to the status. It's like, there's billionaires who started off homeless. Even Mark Zuckerberg described the beginning stages as, well, he was in an empty apartment, sleeping on a mattress on the floor. And that's just the way entrepreneurs think, that is all about the goal, and the vision is rarely ever about your reality, and you just literally live in your head. You're definitely tapped in. Yeah, there's some energy here of you becoming great. It feels like you're exceeding your expectations. Whatever you set out to accomplish, you're accomplishing way, way, way more. And it also comes off like you didn't even know that these things existed until you reach a certain level, and then you're like, oh wow, so it goes much higher than this. I'm seeing someone climbing a mountain basically, and from your original position, it just looked like a hill. because the clouds are covering most of it. And maybe you wouldn't have even went on this journey if you knew how much of a task it was. But then it feels like each new level, you see the peak going higher and higher, and it's just, there's more to anticipate. Like, you've got like Germany style walls, 6 feet worth of insulation. You don't hear anything that's going on. And whoever this person is that tried to get you into their same like-minded state is like, that's the joke. That's the joke at the end of the day. That these people who are struggling the most were trying to reign some kind of superiority over you. These the most wrangled, raggedy, insecure, incompetent individuals on earth that were trying to dominate you. I mean, it was like a stampede of bulls and buffaloes. At the end of the day, they're going to end up on your plate. You got Queen of Wands coming out. So they crave to be closer to you. And you're being told to basically leave a key under the door for them to get closer to you, because whatever they're doing is taking up their time at the moment. Pretending, working behind closed doors, cutting off some extra baggage, something that's prevented them from coming closer to you. I do feel like this person works out a lot, and they may be coming into your energy as a trainer. This is the part that's tricky, because it feels like they almost want to get too close. And it's like they have a whole lot of things they want to work with you on. And it's exposing so much of you that you completely forget about everything this person has going on. It's like they expose a little bit of themselves so you can let down your guards and feel like you're better than them and superior, and then wham, it's like, that's just a mirror. Don't freak out. And then he puts down the mirror and is like, now we're gonna deal with what you just saw. And they're like, you win. Win is very significant in this energy. You could be winning something. And the time is also very significant. Once you stop worrying about when it's going to come, it just pops up. And I feel like because you're at the end of your ropes, you're going to stop a lot sooner than you even realize. So you might have been waiting all your life for this, and then very recently or very soon, you're going to be done with it. And then it's going to come. That's what I'm feeling. Jackpot. Oh my God. Yeah. You see? I'm telling you. Congratulations. You just won the lottery. It's like, I wasn't thinking about you, but you're calling me now all of a sudden. That's the vibe. They feel your energy leaving them. That's apparently what's happening. There's also this vibe of you being hunted by money. And when you don't put as much importance in these manifestations, it becomes more obsessed with you. It's like the roles have reversed. Once you stop pursuing this thing, it starts to pursue you. But I feel like you're pulling back for various reasons. And this is just a consequence. That this thing you were once interested in is now interested in you and is doing most of the heavy lifting because you're focusing on something else. There's a turning point here when it comes to you going into seclusion. Once you separate from whatever it is that you were focused on and give yourself time to focus and invest in something else, possibly upgrading your life, your vibrations, your positivity, what's happening? More energy is coming towards you. You learn about these toxic individuals. You maintain your own identity. It's like you're constantly learning from their mistakes. You're constantly improving yourself based on their incompetence. And it works. It's working out for you. You forgive them, you love them, and you keep on moving because there's way better than what's going on. Marriage is coming out twice. So it's almost like this person, who is this? Wow. This person who's not helping you technically, let you help yourself, but really desperately wants to step in and hold your hand through this entire thing. Is like there's gonna be this vibe like is an all seeing eye kind of energy, and you're like, okay, so what were you just watching then? Oh, okay, that's good to know. It's like, so you were just watching me suffer. And then this vibe, I feel like this person wants to come in and help you so desperately, so badly. Like they feel all of your pain, but it feels like they care about you more than they want to spoil you. They want you to actually enjoy life, and being spoiled is not gonna allow that. You definitely have to know how to stand on your own 2 feet. What was going on? I definitely feel like it has to do with your mobility. Oh, the devil coming out is your money. They were trying to affect your money flow, your abundance, your ability to be comfortable in this state of abundance. Just being in a constant flow state, an energy of what comes next, what do I want, a creating energy. You as a creator, that's what I'm getting. They were trying to affect that. You're going to give yourself permission to really explore all of your options. The devil is coming out twice. Who is this? With this heavy sexual energy, we are destined. Is this someone pulling on your energy? Is this someone you're trying to get away from? Someone's trying to hold you back. It feels like it was security there. Like because of all the situations that you've been in, you may felt like you only had basically the devil to lean on. Like they were trying to turn you into this monster, but it's like, no, the devil is the monster. So it's like they were pushing you closer to this, possibly. But you never crossed over to the dark side. There's still a line between you and this devilish energy. And I feel like that's what you're letting go. That may be the lie that you were being told, that you're the devil, that you're a bad guy, blah, 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 whatever. And it's not true. But not only are you not the bad guy, you're a good person. You have a really good heart. And that's what's catapulting you to this new future. I feel like if you look at someone talented and admire them for any reason, this, whatever they have, this is something you have as well. You both have this thing in common, that you're resilient, you're tenacious, you keep going, because it's like everybody gets knocked down, but who actually gets back up? And I feel like that's the difference here. Like this is something that people try to bully you about, but it's actually really special and really amazing once you find your group, your soul tribe, who actually is encouraging, not jealous of you and trying to beat you down. It's like, wow, that's actually amazing. Is this the Chariot? So yeah, the Ace of Swords coming out, and then the Grudge Holder. Yeah, there's definitely a hater in your energy, but this person is, once you let go of this hater, they're gonna sink back into the depths of hell and disappear like all the rest. This person is not important at all. But I do feel like they had a good grip on you. And they walk away with eyes in the back of their head, hoping that you're following them. They're walking away very slowly, taking their time, hoping that you will call after them. But you don't, because you're the one that told them to leave. The money is coming towards you. It's not something you have to chase. You sit very comfortably in your seat and pull it in. And anything that someone said about you, having something negative to say about you and the way you manifest, are haters. They're the ones falling on their sword. Every single negative thing they said about you is a lie. And because they've been lying to you and trying to get you to believe these lies, it's almost like they've been programming themselves to believe the lies that they tell. And that's why they're stuck in poverty. They're trying to hold you down, but they end up holding themselves down. It's like, good, because you don't belong where I'm going. And I'm glad you're stuck here. The Lovers is coming out. It's like a black hole does nothing but suck. But I feel like in your space, you have the You have the ability to push and pull. I just saw my hair and it looked like a bug. I don't know, that could be significant when we're talking about accepting the little things. Maybe someone has a fear of bugs or problems overall, a fear of being watched, like someone planting a bug in your home, or all that energy of not having privacy, or people trying to connect to you when you're not engaged. And all of that energy, I feel, has its use. It's like you're alchemizing left and right, and turning it into something else that's actually useful to you. This is how it's done. It's like, you have countries who plant the seed and grow the crop and harvest the crop and turn that crop into something else, like t-shirts, and sell it to another country. So you have one country that's growing cotton, another country that's buying t-shirts. That's the vibe I'm getting. Look, Wheel of Fortune coming out. You're alchemizing this energy that's coming towards you, whether it's negative or positive, and turning it into something productive, very profitable. And you got Wheel of Fortune coming out twice. What else? What's going on with this energy as we close? What do we need to know about this exchange, this transaction? What's going on? What do we need to know? You have a lot of choices. Like, this spread overall is just saying so much about abundance and wealth. I definitely feel like your timeline has changed. I feel like it doesn't take as much effort as you were putting into it before, and that's why things seem kind of weird. Like, is it really supposed to be this easy? Like, you literally just book a flight. That's it. Just book a flight, book a hotel in the area, check into the hotel once you land, and that's it. You're in a new place. Look around, see what's going on in the area, go do some things, order some food, go out to a restaurant. That's it. Okay. What else?